On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Passionate about something, and when they stay away from addressing it specifically, I think that they are making a concerted effort to be safe, for whatever reason, right? And people got their different reasons, but absolutely. And you can tell when certain people get on this panel every single night, right? When certain subjects come up, they eyes light up and they get passionate about it or whatever, so on and so forth. And you can tell. And so when people make an effort to avoid certain things that they may be passionate about, they are playing it safe. That's exactly what it is. Whether they don't want to royal things or whether they want to act like they don't care, we all care about something and we all passionate about something. And when you stay on the sidelines, you largely remove your voice and to a larger extent, even your vote from being able to even have an impact on what goes on in society. Absolutely, you are making a concerted effort to be safe.
And I always talk about, like, when I was in Atlanta, right? Atlanta is a very liberal blue city. Everything outside of Atlanta is very red. And I talk to red-blooded conservatives, I talk to Republicans, I talk to people that were racist, and I enjoyed those conversations because it gives me different perspective. One of the reasons why I appreciate the opportunity to come on this platform is because everybody is from somewhere different, and it gives people different insights, right, to everybody's background. Everybody doesn't share the same background. And so I don't find anything wrong. If people are trying to be safe, I'm cool with that. But if you're seeking controversy for the sake of controversy, and it's not to extrapolate anything meaningful out of it to get to an end, you're just talking just to talk. Mm-hmm. And if I'm understanding what Stephen A. Smith was talking about specifically, I think he was talking about like stuff in his industry and why he's affiliated with so much controversy. I could be off though. Do you know what he was in reference to, JR?
Well, I didn't really want to focus on him. I think he said the statement, and I was just thinking about just everyday conversations, our views, how we view things. And I know sometimes we hold back because we don't want to be associated with a certain view. But if we can actually have a conversation about it just to get an understanding, then I don't necessarily see anything wrong with it. So I think we should have these conversations, and we shouldn't stop on the front end. We should at least hear somebody out, as long as they respectfully, and as long as they not that's the oldest ringtone ever. I ain't heard that shit in so long.
I'm about to hit it. I'm about to hit it on. I'm about to hit that geek. I'm about to hit that
that's definitely Motorola right there.
Nah, it's the razor, ain't it? She got the razor.
I'll say this before I hand it off to Kay real quick. I'm just saying, like, I don't have a problem with embracing controversy if we get into an expected end, right? Like, we do have some heated dialogue on this panel, but to me, it's like, as long as it's getting to an end and it's not just for, shits and giggles, right? So that's my take on it. But Kay, I know you eager to speak too.
Yeah, I seen the last topic, so I don't want to, I don't want to steal her thunder, as Rilla say. Hold that water in, young blood. Big facts. Go ahead, Kay. Oh, no. If you're not embracing controversy, that means you're making a concerted effort to be safe. What are your thoughts about it?
I don't think that's true. I think that some people are into controversial things. Some people are not. Some people, say what you believe. Sometimes it's controversial. Sometimes it's not. I don't think that just because, you're embracing, not embracing controversy. Just because you're not embracing controversy, maybe you don't agree with it. So that doesn't mean you're making some effort to be safe. It could just not be what you actually believe. Like, I think that statement is not applicable to lots of people and lots of people's thoughts.
Kay, do you think it depends on if a person is an introvert or extrovert? Do you think that affects it too?
I think it depends on what the person actually believes and whether or not they feel pressure to go along with what other people want them to say or do or whatever. Like, that's where I think it depends. But yeah, no, I don't think that statement is true.
All right, let's make sure we mute in between, family. Okay, interesting. Go ahead, Ms. Courtney Michelle. If you're not embracing controversy, that means you're making a conservative effort to be safe. What are your thoughts about that?
I don't agree. I mean, you don't have to try to make a conservative effort because you don't want to embrace controversy. Maybe you just don't care. Maybe you don't care enough to have the conversation because you know how it's going to go. And especially in echo chambers, if you have a difference of opinion, sometimes it's what the hell for? Sometimes it's like, I don't feel like going through debating, battling, over talking and all that. So I don't necessarily agree. Sometimes just don't give a damn.
Is there anybody else that's eager to speak on this?
I am. Let's get it. Fuck it. Look, the thing is that most of these conversations is based off of having feelings. I feel this, I believe this. And then when we come out and we bring just sheer information, sheer facts, sheer stats, people run. They roll their eyes. So now you can play safe in these conversations because, you know what I'm saying? It been plenty of conversation that we didn't had, and I done went back and I done saw the research. I was like, this is insane. And then you really can have a conversation without just that series of statements, answers, and questions. And it got to be, you got to support all three of them. So if somebody asks a question, then allow that person to sit here and interject or whatever. And I know sometimes we'll throw little funny stuff in that now and then, but you have to respect the conversation. If you never respect the conversation, you show your emotions toward the conversation and we'll never get to a resolution. And you can sit in the sideline, like Anton said, you'll see people doing something. You'll see people being outraged. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you can sit in the corner, you can play safe. You see how the field goal get moved every time we having these discussions. And like I said, hey, look, it is what it is. It's about having the conversation.
I 100% believe that if you are not embracing controversy, that you are making a concerted effort to be safe, because everything that we do, it goes against, something happens in life that goes against what your morals are, what your beliefs are, what you stand for, how you align with certain people. And I think if somebody is not embracing the side of them, even if it's just to have a conversation, right? I don't believe in being on the fence or in a gray area or any of that. I believe either you're black or you're white, either you're on the left or you on the right. And I don't believe in any of that middle junk, because all the middle tells me is that you're making a concerted effort to be safe. You try not to be controversial. You're trying to make sure you preserve your job. And a lot of people got a good reason to do so, right? I'm not trying to disqualify that, right? They don't want to fumble their bag. They want to make sure that but I believe that everybody, and I mean everybody on this earth, is passionate about something. And when they stay away from addressing it specifically, I think that they are making a concerted effort to be safe for whatever reason, right? And people got their different reasons, but absolutely. And you can tell when certain people get on this panel every single night, right? When certain subjects come up, their eyes light up and they get passionate about it or whatever, so on and so forth. And you can tell. And so when people make an effort to avoid certain things that they may be passionate about, they are playing it safe. That's exactly what it is. Whether they don't want to royal things or whether they want to act like they don't care, we all care about something and we all passionate about something. And when you stay on the sidelines, you largely remove your voice and to a larger extent, even your vote, from being able to even have an impact on what goes on in society. Absolutely, you are making a concerted effort to be safe.